Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, an alcoholic father.
My dad would punch me.
That's something I don't remember doing.
You wouldn't, you were drunk.
A terminally ill mom.
Have you headbutted your mother?
No.
What's the bruise on your head now?
I slammed my own head.
Against what?
A bedpost.
So you were bashing yourself in the head?
Is their daughter
She liked to have a baby before my wife passes away.
hiding a secret?
Are you pregnant?
I assume the show is about them, and I come here and it's all about me.
Trust me, this is so not all about you. Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. On Friday, 17-year-old Ray spent most of the morning barricading her mother in our production van while her father just sat there on the curb doing nothing. Her parents, Tony and Heather, finally made it to the stage and revealed that they are genuinely scared of and for their teenage daughter because of her violent meltdowns. Now, they say time is literally running out to help Ray, as Heather has terminal cystic fibrosis and is in liver failure. Her dying wish is to know that her daughter is going to be okay. Well, we're going to find out, but first, here's what happened Friday.
My daughter is completely out of control. She has violent meltdowns at least once to twice a day. She banged her head up against the bed and has a big knot in the middle of her forehead.
She runs the house. We were allowing it because we don't know how to stop it.
Tell me what's happened so far this morning.
My daughter has basically held my wife, Heather, hostage in the van and is refusing to allow her to come out.
Come on. Let's go.
No! You don't understand how embarrassing that is! I'm calling you! Please be the one person, Mom. Don't go!
Come on.
Don't do this, please! Please, Mom! Please do this for me!
Why are you allowing this to happen?
I'm not allowing it to happen.
What the hell you're not? You're sitting on the curb while she's in the car.
Hello, Dr. Phil.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, thank you for talking with me. I'm so sorry to waste your time.
You are wasting my time, and you're wasting your mother's time, and she doesn't have much of it. So what do you have to say to me?
I just wanted to ask if you could just please not put my face on TV.
Yeah, you can come over here, and I'm not going to put your face on television.
Thank you. You really saved my life by telling me that. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing it for you. You've called the police like 80 times, right?
More or less, yes. She claimed that I stole her cell phone. That didn't happen.
Who bought the cell phone?
Myself and my wife.
They arrested you for stealing your own phone?
Yes.
So they haul you off to jail?
Yes.
Yeah, I suspect you were looking for 3 hots and a cot to get away from all this.
Sometimes I just take a break and go to Walmart and take a nap because it's so exhausting. My daughter does physically and verbally get abusive towards my wife, Heather. My wife was diagnosed with terminal liver failure. Last month, she was fighting with her mom and pushed her to the floor.
I can be scared of my daughter.
When my daughter was about 13, they had an argument in the kitchen.
She just went boom, and she hit me right in the nose, and it just blood gushed everywhere.
You have this daughter shoving her to the ground, bloodying her nose, holding her hostage in a van? That's abuse on your watch. It stops today.
She is such a sweet, sweet little girl.
No, she's
And I
not. She's
think
an
that-
absolute brat.
Listen, I just want the best for her.
And I
Which
want the
think
best
is
for you
angry.
as well.
I drank alcohol for 10 years and just recently stopped. I drank so much that I would black out. One night I was drunk. I was upset at my daughter for not going to school. I would shove her up against the wall.
Coach Mike, you question the sobriety here, right?
I do question the
Based
sobriety.
on what you've read.
What other medications are you on?
Percocet for my blown out knee, bad back.
How long have you been on Percocet?
15 years.
If you've been taking it that long, you're addicted to Percocet.
I guess I'm addicted and didn't even really think of it because life gets so busy with dealing with my wife and my daughter.
Ray is going to join us now. We're going to put her in this chair here because this is a chair where we put minors when we're not going to show their face. So she'll be right here. So come on out.
Do I sit here? Hello, sir.
How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Well, there's been a lot of drama in your being here today.
Yes, sir.
Why?
It's very nerve-wracking being on TV. It's very scary.
Right. Why do you think your dad contacted me and wanted you to be here?
Because I have a lot of problems that I need to fix. A lot.
And what are they, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I'm going to be honest because I believe that honesty is the best in this situation, but I have a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, and I do lash out a lot due to, I think I might have PTSD from everything I've been through, and it causes me to get angry because my whole life I've been raised on anger. I was never taught love, and it's my just initial reaction, and I want to fix it.
So, how do you feel about your mother's illness?
It's devastating. Losing your mom at such a young age, it's really hard, especially after everything I've been through. Knowing that my mom is passing adds on to that stress.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah, we're very close, and she's my best friend, and losing your best friend and your mom I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Are you abusive with her?
No, sir. I mean, with my words, yes. I've said very mean, horrible things to my mom.
Well, did you shove her last week because she said your boyfriend couldn't move in?
No, sir. Honestly, I did not shove her. And if I did, it was me running out of the way. I've never, in my mind, ever wanted to hurt my mom.
Have you headbutted your mother?
No.
Somebody needs to tell me what's going on here.
Honey, since we're being open, remember a couple of years ago in the kitchen?
Oh,
You were really
yes.
angry, and just the back, you showed the back of your head. And
Yeah, my mom was holding me
yeah.
when we were in an argument, and she was from behind me holding me like this. And I wanted to get out of her reach, and I went like this.
Yeah.
So yes.
Why was she holding you?
Honestly, this was years ago. I don't really remember what was going on, but I was very angry.
You get angry a lot, and when you do you call her names?
Yes.
What do you call her?
I've said many things. I don't really want to repeat what I've said because it's very horrible, but I've said things, yes.
Why would you say those things?
Because when I'm in a fit of rage, I don't have any consciousness.
Do you have blackout rage? I mean...
With my parents, yes. My dad would punch me, shove me, throw me, call me names.
Punching her in the face? That's something I don't remember doing.
Well,
Please.
you wouldn't. You were drunk. And later...
You know, I assume the show is about them, and I come here and it's all about me.
It's all about you. Don't be so narcissistic.
My daughter's friend committed suicide. It was a gunshot injury to the face, self-inflicted, and it was right behind the high school. Right after her friend committed suicide in 8th grade, she started cutting. She self-cuts on her arm, mainly on the left side, and tried to get counseling, and a group of girls were bullying her. The counselors told her that the environment is toxic. I want my daughter to do good in life, and I think she needs to be steered in a better direction, maybe get some life skills that help improve her heart and her mind and focus on her confidence.
You say everything you've been through. Give me the bullet point list.
I was abused physically.
By?
My dad. He would punch me, shove me, throw me, call me names, and it was literally, no exaggeration, every day for 10 years of my life.
For 10 years? And this is when he was drinking?
Yes, sir. He would black out drunk every single night, and you know, being a child, you don't really know what to do. All I knew was like, hey, this is bad. He's killing himself. You know, I would take his bottles and I would go and I would dump them to try to save his life.
She's saying that you abused her, that you punched her, that you would shove her and just manhandle her for 10 years in an aggressive way.
I would agree with her to a certain extent or a certain degree. However, punching her in the face, that's something I don't remember doing.
Well, you wouldn't. You were drunk. Everybody's there but you because you're blackout drunk.
Sir, yes.
So you wake up the next day and don't understand why everybody's so pissed off because you were blacked out. Everybody else wasn't. They know what happened. You don't, and you don't understand why everybody's so upset. Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Because he wants to deny it, but he put us here, and I think this is all about truth. He deserves to be called out for what he's doing, just like I do.
Yeah, just like when you get blackout angry, you don't remember everything you say and do to your mother or to him.
Yeah.
And it's not about justifying, it's just about owning it.
Yeah.
And what's the bruise on your head now?
That was a fit of rage, yeah. My boyfriend and I had gotten into an argument with my dad. When he gets angry, he just does not have a filter, and he was saying some mean things to my boyfriend, and I got upset, and I slammed my head.
And so how did that wind up with you having a bruised head?
I slammed my own head.
Against what?
A bedpost.
A bedpost?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You thought, I'll go over here and slam my head against the bedpost?
You know, you know, it does sound definitely crazy. When you're in those moments, you don't know who you are, what you're doing, why you're going through this. It's hard.
And what did they do when you did that?
Well, it happened around my boyfriend, and there's multiple things around my head right now, and there's a gash in my head, so he got me into the shower and helped get the blood off my face and everything, yeah. Okay,
so you actually split your scalp open. Mm-hmm. So this was just one blow.
Yes, there's multiple. I have one here, one here, one here, one here.
Where did you hit your head those times? Against what? Same bedpost?
No, in this moment, my boyfriend was trying to stop me from grabbing objects, and I was just grabbing anything I could and just gashing my head.
It was like a rock with amethyst.
I hate myself for being angry.
Crystals on the top.
So you were bashing yourself in the head because they were arguing? Okay, well, 3 weeks ago, Ray was caught stealing emergency contraceptives from Target and is now banned from the chain nationwide. So did she use the stolen pills, or is she pregnant? I mean, where does all of that come down? We're going to talk about that after the break. Tell me what's going on. I can deal with anything. Are you pregnant?
And later, what sparked Ray's meltdown backstage.
Ray, you are manipulating a sick woman.
No, I'm not manipulating a sick
You are
woman.
trying to.
Mom, what did you do to me?
Travel safe, happy listening, and happy holidays.
I do suspect that my daughter is pregnant right now. Sometimes she'll tell us she's pregnant, other times she'll tell us she's not, and she hasn't had her period in 3 months. Sex behind our backs is definitely happening. We found underwear, bras, we found condoms.
I don't want my daughter to get pregnant, have to take care of a child.
I'm very terrified of that. I want my daughter to finish her education and go to school, join the Navy.
I would love to be alive when she has grandchildren.
My daughter has mentioned many times that she'd like to have a baby before my wife passes away.
Well, Tony and Heather say that in the last 7 months, Ray has claimed to be pregnant on 4 different occasions, but was not. However, they say this time may be different. Because 3 weeks ago, she showed them a positive pregnancy test. Are you pregnant?
No, sir. I'm on birth control, so that's absolutely a lie. I never showed any pregnancy tests. None of that is true. I'm definitely 100% not pregnant. I'm on birth control.
Yeah.
They did a blood test as soon as I
Yes,
found out
so
about
I don't
it,
understand.
unprotected and whatnot. We got her on birth control. And
Do you think your dad's sober?
No. I don't believe that he's sober, no. Or my mom. I don't believe she's sober either.
Okay. So, look, I'm trying to get to the bottom here.
Yes.
And tell me what's going on. I can deal with anything. I just want to know what the truth is. You say you don't think either one of them's sober. You say you are sober. We said you're not for other reasons. Are you also relapsing some on your drinking?
No.
And how about you?
I'm on a lot of medication. Occasionally, I will have a nice tea, like a what's it called, a pomade.
Teas,
Yeah, but
And
it's rare.
I just want you to know, I have seen multiple occasions where my mom has tried to drink. My mom has tried to smoke. My mom has tried to, experiment with things. And I understand she's in her last stages of life, so maybe she wants to just have fun. But I want her here as long as possible. And when I see her doing those things, I try to discourage her as much as I can. And it's hard when you're a child, and I feel like I'm honestly parenting my own parents, trying to tell them, you can't do this, you can't do that. Having to go through 10 years of dumping bottles and still having to discourage my mom from drinking and smoking, it's hard. And I wish that they would see that they're putting me through literal torture.
You don't have to discourage me from drinking, baby girl.
The one thing your mother says that she wants in this life is to know that you have traction, that you have hit the reset button and figured out what you need to do in your life to resolve the pain, resolve the anxiety, resolve the issues, set a goal and move towards it in a healthy, productive way, so she knows that if and when she leaves this world, that she prepared you for the next level of life. And you can give her tremendous peace by saying, I'm going to make you proud of who I am and where I'm headed.
I am proud of you.
I'm going to make you proud of who I am and where I'm headed, I promise. That's why I'm here. It's a really hard step. There was a lot of things said that I didn't even know. A lot of things I'm kind of hit with in this moment. It's really hard. I assume the show is about them, and I come here and it's all about me. It's hard.
It's all about you. Don't be so narcissistic. You know what you know. Trust me.
Yeah.
You don't want to be where he's been sitting for the last hour and a half.
No, he doesn't.
This is so not all about you. Trust me, you're not that important. I believe that Ray's had a very little guidance and support in her life. I think it's never too late. I've got T-shirts older than she is, so, you can always hit the reset button. We're going to talk about that when we come back. You're blackout raging.
I don't rage every single day. It's hard to admit that you need the help.
And later, see what happens backstage when these parents are faced with a tough decision.
Dad, don't do this. I don't need this. I want to go home.
Well, I'm back with Heather, Tony, and their daughter, Ray. This is a very dysfunctional family. It is a very, very dysfunctional family. And there are demands here. You've had a lot of trauma in your life, no doubt about it. You've been a trauma source in this situation. You've been a very passive parent. You're facing challenges right now that absorb a lot of your coping energy, and You would think that those around you would recognize that and say, we need to get our act together and do everything we can to provide a supportive environment for you, but that doesn't seem to be what's happening at all. You've been drunk for 10 years. You're blackout raging, and not even going to school, not doing anything about the rage and the anxiety. It's like this is just run off in the ditch and nobody's doing anything about it.
We need to get her help, but she has to go to the appointments, and that's where the problem is.
I was more directed towards you do what you're told, like my dad raised me. And I just couldn't understand in my mind why she wouldn't follow orders and go to school, get her driver's license, move on. It was hard for me, and as you pointed out, I was on drugs.
She is gifted, and I believe she has a good future ahead of her if we have her on the right track.
So where do we go from here? Where do you think we go from here?
I believe that we need family counseling and individual, all of us. I know that I'm known for not showing up to appointments, but when Dr. Phil is in your face telling you have to go, you can't run away from it. And it's hard to admit that you need the help. It really is, but I'm here admitting that I need help, and I would love for us to go. We've never tried family counseling, and I think this is kind of a therapy session. One of your people back there said that, and it hit me. This is therapy. And I think we all need to go together and get through this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, I
Because
agree.
Dr. Phil, I just want you to know, I don't rage every single day. I don't believe that I need full-time care.
What do you think needs to happen?
I think I need to hit the reset button on my life as a parent and her life as a child and get pointed in the right direction.
This is a dysfunctional, toxic family situation. I think you are out of control and don't even know it. Look, I've been doing this for 45 years. This is a dysfunctional, toxic family situation. And I look at this in a priority list. And my number one priority is to clean this environment up for you, because having practiced in behavioral medicine and understanding the environmental supports that you need to have and do not have, that's my number one priority. And that can be outcome determinative in your fight in this battle. I don't know about your standard of care right now, but I know that I have access to the best in the world, and I would like to have your situation evaluated by some people that you haven't seen yet, just as an adjunct to who you are seeing right now, because I've got people, particularly at the brain level and dealing with cystic fibrosis and liver, that people fly in from all over the world to see. And maybe everything is being done that can be done, but I would hate to find out after the fact that that isn't the case. But I don't want to do that against a backdrop of dysfunction and stress. And you've got issues right now. You're not going to school. You're dealing with rage and anxiety. And I think that this family intervening in the unit that it's in is A, probably not going to work, and B, going to be a slow turn that is something you frankly can't afford. I need to find out just how badly this drug issue with you is, because 15 years on these narcotics, I'm glad you're off of alcohol, if in fact you are, but this addiction to oxycodone, Percocet, or whatever, if you're taking 15, 20 milligrams of that every day for these problems that you have, say back pain and knee, trust me, you're not taking it for back pain or knee, because it long since quit having any impact on your back or knee. And you very well may need to go into a dual diagnosis treatment program with medical supervisions for detoxification and to get that handled for you so you don't have an reaction to coming off of those drugs, which can create tremendous problems, particularly at your age. And you, you're like falling backwards down a hill. I mean, somebody gets in an argument and you go beat your head against the wall and start hitting yourself in the head. You're dealing with anxiety. You probably are dealing with PTSD. What you have been through with living with a 10-year alcoholic, I grew up with an alcoholic father, and I get that. And I think you need a break, and that's what I highly recommend that you do. And you may need to do exactly the same thing, because I think you are out of control and don't even know it.
Still to come, tough decisions and chaos backstage.
My question for you is, Dad, Mom, is this what you want to do?
No, please,
You're gonna be okay.
You need a break. I highly recommend that. There's a place that I have great confidence in called Turnabout Ranch. And it is a real working ranch with real values that are taught to create really lasting change. And it combines therapy, academics, and hard work to achieve really powerful results. And they work with students that are teenagers that are struggling with a range of emotional and behavioral issues. And they learn leadership, teamwork, accountability, responsibility. You work with horses and animals, and it's a great place to, you can cover more academics in less time than anywhere you could ever imagine, all while you're doing therapeutic things to get yourself where you need to be. And I'm willing to make that available to you, and you deserve this. You deserved it long before now, but you certainly deserve this now. You need a break. You really do. You deserve a break. You deserve a break. And we need to find out what's going on with you with these drugs, man. And there's a Revive Treatment Center that is a premier dual diagnosis treatment center. And they look and treat medical, physical, spiritual, mental health, and their clients work with top-tier experts. And they really understand the complexity of addiction with co-occurring disorders like depression and all the things that can trigger the drugs, because you can go through a 28-day rehab program and not deal with the emotional issues, and then you come out and those things crop up and trigger getting right back on the drugs again. And you can't stop and do not stop these opioids without medical supervision, because you can go into serious withdrawal. That is unsafe to do without medical supervision. You are addicted. I think if we start doing those things and then come back together with some true family counseling on the heels of that, then I think this can turn around in a way that would inspire America. And that's what I'm recommending, and that's what I'm offering. Make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Makes sense to you?
Oh, yes.
All right, fair enough. Coming up, she's an author and motivational speaker, and she's 7 years old. We'll meet her next.
Dr. Phil is making two offers. You, Ray, go to Turnabout Ranch.
I'm declining. Oh, wow.
This is an adult decision that is going to be made by the parents.
My next guest, Armaya, is a motivational speaker, an author, and has over 500,000 social media followers. And she was born nearly blind. But what is probably most impressive is that she is only 7 years old. Here is her incredible story.
Hey, pretty girl. When Armaya was 4 months old, I took her to the doctor, and the doctor stated that Armaya has ONH, stands for optic nerve hyperplasia,
which means the nerves in my eyes are very, very small, and they're tiny.
Armaya is not completely blind, but when the doctors told me what she couldn't do, I just decided to prove them wrong.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey, Mommy.
You cute girl.
Thank you. I'm always happy. I'm always fine. Get this inspiration going. Hey. I hope people see my spirit. I hope they hear my inspiration videos, and I hope they see my joy. Come on, Orcam.
$5. The Orcam, my eye device, has been a blessing to Armaya. Armaya is also able to identify faces.
Mommy.
It helps her be more independent when she's out in public.
When I do things on my own, I feel excited and awesome and ready.
Armaya surprises me every day. She's phenomenal.
So never give up, keep pushing, and have a blessed day.
Well, joining me are Armaya, her mother Mariah, and Orcam consultant Dr. Brian Walensky. Now, thank all of you guys for being here, really. Armaya, you are one remarkable little girl. Who taught you how to be so outgoing and a motivational speaker?
My mommy taught me how to be outgoing and a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
I love doing it every day for anyone who needs motivation. It makes me feel happy and excited.
Yeah. Mariah, has your daughter always had so much personality?
Yes, Dr. Phil, she's amazing. She inspires me a lot, and she's beautiful.
Yeah, well, she just has a lot of tenacity, and it just seems like she leans into anything. So I'm sure she's an inspiration to, obviously, a lot of people, including her social media followers. And understand that it was those followers who made it possible for Armaya to have an Orcam My Eye device. So tell me about how that all came about.
So one of her supporters has sent me a picture of the Orcam My Eye device, and then I decided to do my research, and then another supporter had asked me to set up a GoFundMe account, which I proceeded to do so. Then within a week or two, she had enough funds to purchase her first Orcam My Eye device.
Really? Yeah. Well, Dr. Walensky, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you back, Brian. And we've talked about this Orcam My Eye device before. Tell us what it is and how it works.
Sure. The Orcam My Eye device is the world's most advanced wearable assistive technology, which has been a game changer for many people who are blind or visually impaired. It's as small as your finger and attaches to most any regular pair of eyeglasses.
Yeah, so exactly how does this work?
The Orcam device takes a picture of whatever someone wants to see, and then it speaks back that information to the person wearing it. It's able to read, it's able to identify products in a store, and it even does facial recognition. As an optometrist, these are the most common things that my patients discuss during a low-vision eye exam.
Can anybody at any age use this?
Yes, there are thousands of Americans currently using the device of any age and with any eye condition. It's even ideal for people who are working, which is why it's covered by some vocational rehabilitation agencies right here in the U.S.
So, Armaya, how has this Orcam device changed your life?
It helps me identify money, find things in the refrigerator, and it can help me read books that doesn't have Braille in it.
I have a copy of your book about you and your friend Carol. It's called Say Your Prayers, Never Give Up, and Keep Pushing. So this is the book, and using your Orcam device, I would like for you to read some of it to us if you would.
Okay.
I dashed out the door so that my adventure can begin. I can't wait to see Carol. She's my best friend.
Is there anything you can't do?
It's not about what I can't do. It's about what I can do. Because I can do everything and anything.
Yeah, walked right into that, didn't I? Look, if you or someone that you know is interested in purchasing Orcam MyEye, you can receive a $1,000 discount package that includes the MyEye device and accessory. It is the largest discount ever offered on the Orcam MyEye and is only available to Dr. Phil viewers until Christmas. Just go to orcam.com for all the details. So you'll see more about it when you go to their site. So I want to thank Dr. Brian Walensky, Orcam, thank you so much, Mariah, and of course, 7-year-old Armaya for being here. Before I go, I love reading your comments on social media. I received this Twitter comment from Anna who wrote, if I had one wish, it would be to cross meeting Dr. Phil off my #1 spot on my bucket list. Well, that's an easy one, Anna. Just come join us in the audience here. The tickets are free and all the details are on my website at drphil.com. I hope to see you here one day really soon so you can scratch me off your bucket list. Keep your comments coming on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'll see you guys next time. Mariah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you being here, Mariah. She's a doll. Good job.
Dr. Phil is making 2 offers of resources. You're going to be going to Revive Treatment Center. From there, you'll go to Awakenings after you detox and do some treatment. And then, of course, you, Ray, go to Turnabout Ranch.
I'm declining. Oh, hell no.
This is an adult decision that is going to be made by the parents. Dad, Mom, is this what you want to do?
I do.
No.
Excellent choice, honestly.
No, please, I don't want to go. Don't send me to Utah, please, Dad.
We're going to ask you to leave in a minute if she keeps like this. No, you're not talking. You're just begging, and that's not talking.
Talk to him.
Okay, well, ask him something and talk.
Let me talk to him. Please don't send me to Utah. Dad, don't do this. I don't need this. I want to go home.
What we need to do now is have you two leave the room.
Thank you, sir. We'll be in touch.
I've already decided you have to go.
Mom, please say no. You're my guardian. You can say no. Don't send me away. You know I don't need this.
Ray, you are manipulating a sick
I'm
woman.
Not manipulating a sick
You are
woman.
trying to.
Mom, what did you do to me? I need my mom. I want to go to Utah.
That's not up to us. That's not up to us. We don't work for the program.
I want to say goodbye to my dad.
Well, come sit down.
Mom is having an episode right now. I need to kind of take over, and you're going to the ranch, and I'm going to rehab. And consider it a blessing, okay? I'll see you on the other side. Get up. You be strong. I love you. Give me a hug. Just I'm going to see you later. Okay? You're going to help me your dad back again. And I'm going to have my little baby girl back. Can you try to reach out to me, okay? No. Okay, well then you reach out to Mom.